Hello and welcome to the Cov Man. My name is Stephen, and coming up in today's video, we'll be talking about the Manchester City managers. Can Enzo Maresca, Italian, make a success of his return to a club so entrenched in Pep Guardiola's way? Also, we'll be talking about the Phil Foden contract. He has just signed a new deal running until when? Stay tuned to find out more in this video. So we start today with Enzo Maresca faces a manless task after taking the reins from Pep Guardiola at Man City. He has all the tools to succeed, but the uncertainty of this new Premier League era presents its own challenges. Maresca will speak to the media for the first time since taking over this Friday. Now, Maresca is returning for his third stint at the club, having been academy coach in 2020 to 2021, then Guardiola's assistant in 22 and 23. But the famous Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup treble-winning campaign. He is familiar with the pursuit of silverware, but he's yet to be one to deliver it at such scale. So how well positioned is he to lead Manchester City in the 2026 to 27 season? Well, we're going to explore Manchester's chances of success in year one and whether the trophies and the only barometer which he will be judged in the wake of Guardiola's seismic exit. So, sympathetic start gives breathing space to Maresca. Maresca has been given a kind start to his term, meeting Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, and Coventry City in his first three outings. Please win, Cov. A generous run to be able to establish some early rhythm. It also gives Manchester City's World Cup warriors, those in the battle until the very last, a chance to ease back in. Rodri played nearly every minute of Spain's triumphant campaign and is the most susceptible to breaking down with fatigue. Given those first three fixtures will still be heavily favour Man City without him, he should benefit from a phased return. Maresca will, however, be under pressure to deliver given how winnable those fixtures are on paper. He cannot afford to cede ground early, especially as City face Man United and Liverpool in two of the next three in September. Clearly, both of those rivals' bouts hold significance beyond result. So, who has the toughest start? Well, as the Italian acknowledged when joining, he is in a dream situation, inheriting a well-balanced squad with incredible talent and depth built by Guardiola. It provides the consistency that he needs to do his job effectively. Now, the demands will therefore be the same as what were placed on Guardiola, without necessarily having the unique job security the Spaniard was afforded. Guardiola always managed his own terms. Maresca has a strong bond with the chairman, but won't necessarily get the same privilege. So, how much time will the players need to adapt? In terms of style, it's not quite rinse and repeat, but there are plenty of similarities between Maresca and Guardiola's preferred way of playing. Both are rooted in possessing the ball, favouring control, and pressing aggressively. Maresca is arguably more expansive, though wanting to stretch the pitch with wingers that play high and wide. City's wingers have been coached more recently to play a style where they tuck inside and rotate to create central overloads. Most players resolved around Rodri, but it's fluid. Watching City under Guardiola, though, often meant seeing defenders step into midfield, midfielders become forwards, or even drop into a full back Maresca's more rigid 4-2-3-1 structure will likely make for more traditional roles. It also requires a high-functioning number 10 to link play. At Chelsea, that was Cole Palmer. Maresca has got Phil Foden or Ryan Cherky, to choose between should he wish to adapt the same setup here. But as we're going into the new season, how is the squad shaping up? There has been a concerted effort over the past 2 or 3 transfer windows under Hugo Viana to lower the average age of the squad. It's dropped from 29 to just over 25. Albeit a leadership void has appeared following the departures of Bernardo Silva and John Stones this summer, and Kevin De Bruyne before them. Rodri and Ruben Diaz are important, while last season saw City lean further into a leadership role for Erling Haaland, Mark Guehi, and Josko Gvardiol are also expected stable figures, plus Mateo Kovacic's kick. The spine of the team remains incredibly strong. Business to date, though, has been costly but smart for Elliot Anderson, who signed for mega money. I hit my webcam. Whoops. Who signed for mega money from Nottingham Forest has just been brought to add robustness and future-proof midfield, and a young Jeremy Monga has been poached from Leicester, who are now in League 2. League 1, sorry. The wish list also includes a right-back winger, and while keeping tabs on Lille teenager Bouadadi, who excelled at the World Cup for Morocco, Arsenal also admires of him. Depending on potential suitors meeting the club's valuation, outgoings might compromise the selection of Stivanho, Marmouche, Gonzalez, Grealish, Rendiers, and Lewis. Transfer activity is expected to accelerate now the World Cup has concluded. Now, what are Maresca's main challenges here? Because there's quite a few. Now, we've got this is the first time since the Abu Dhabi takeover that the plan is uncertain. 10 years ago, all preparation went into building a club to Guardiola to the Premier League. That vision has been and gone, so where now? City have forged a culture geared towards winning silverware. Anything less is unlikely to be tolerated for a sustained period. Fans arrive at the Etihad expecting to be entertained, but above all, demanding to win. Balancing both is where Maresca's Chelsea failed. The 46-year-old does have the benefit of not being the only managerial newbie at one of the top clubs, though making for a changeable Premier League landscape as the neutral order figures itself out. At City, that is being viewed as an opportunity to take advantage of. Arola at Liverpool, Alonso at Chelsea, and perhaps to take the lesser extent, Michael Carrick at Man United, all hold question marks. This era of unknown is fertile ground for anyone with an ambition to make a mark. Very much sink or swim. Now, obviously, let's be honest here. What's floated over the club is the 115 charges. Now, Maresca is going to have a difficult questions from the media over it, and it will hang over him. Guardiola was the master of public-facing confrontation, having had to handle the media glare at some of Europe's biggest clubs all of his career. He knew the City press pack well and how to shut down any exchanges he wished not to speak on. Maresca came under fire at Chelsea at times, but mainly over football matters. How he handles this situation will likely impact his first 12 months, assuming a verdict is reached within that time frame. But let's not forget, Manchester City have denied all charges. Now, sticking with Manchester City, Phil Foden, the great, the myth, the legend, has just signed a new contract. Now, Phil Foden's previous contract was set to expire in the summer of 2027. The 26-year-old made his debut for Manchester City in 2017 and has gone to make 369 first-team appearances, scoring 110 goals and winning 20 trophies. The 26-year-old, whose previous deal was set to expire next summer, has agreed to remain at the Etihad Stadium until 2030. Speaking in an interview published on the club's official media channels, Foden said, "Committing my future to City means everything to me. Playing for this club is all I've ever wanted to do, and it's always an honour to wear the shirt. It's not lost on me that I've been lucky enough to be part of a historic period with so many titles won, but we're always looking to the future and trying to win more. I can only thank the club, staff, teammates and fans who continue to put their faith in me and trust that I give everything I can for City, and I hope I'll be able to repay you for years to come. I can't wait to work with Enzo Maresca again. He was brilliant during the treble season. Someone all the players respected and loved working with. To have him back here is exciting. Personally, I know I've improved so much from working with our coaches and world-class squad, and as many of the legends who were here when I first broke through move on, I am excited for the next phase of my career at this great club." Foden has made 369, well, I've already said this, why am I repeating myself? That I do not know. Now in 2025 and the 2026 season, he played 50 times, scoring 10 goals and providing 7 assists, alongside John Stones and Bernardo Silva, who both left the Etihad this summer. The academy graduate is the most decorated player in the club's history, having won 20 major trophies, including 6 Premier League titles, 1 UEFA Champions League, 3 FA Cups, 5 League Cups, 1 Super Cup, and let's not forget 1 FIFA World Cup and 3 Community Shields. So let's have a look at what we're looking at here in terms of Man City's key summer business. So into Manchester City, we've got Elliot Anderson, Nottingham from Nottingham Forest for 116 million. Jerry Monga from Leicester City for 10 million. Pierce Charles from Sheffield Wednesday, 3 million. And Mathis Titobet from Troyes, and that is a undisclosed sum. So coming out of Manchester City, we've got Manuel Akanji to Inter, which was an undisclosed fee. Nathan Aki from Fenerbahce, 8.5 million. Regan Heskey to Cologne for 6 million. Jamie Simpson Puzzi to Cologne for an undisclosed fee. Luca Fletcher to Ipswich, undisclosed. Bernardo Silva to Real Madrid for free. And John Stones has been released. It's going to be interesting to see where Manchester City do this season under Maresca's new coaching strategies. We'll wait and find out what happens there. I wish them every success. But I can't see them doing as good as what Pep Guardiola's done. But if you want to stay up to date with more news surrounding all the clubs, the Championship, the EFL, Premier League, World Cup, Euros, then hit the subscribe button and don't forget to like, and I'll see you soon for another video.